Once again, here on Friday afternoon at Origin Game Fair, I'm going to be joined by Julie Yeager from Mayfair Games, which is really cool because I have not talked to Mayfair Games since I talked to Bob back in maybe 2011.
A couple years then.
So what I wanted to do, because you share a common last name, is let's just spend time talking about legendary test pilot Chuck Yeager. And
as my husband says, he never shows up for family reunions, so...
But have you ever played that angle? For all I know, you're like sitting there going, he was my uncle. Oh, geez. So let's talk Mayfair.
Okay.
And here at Origins, I believe your big release that people are talking about, there's a lot of chat in the aisles.
Yep.
Bärenpark?
Bärenpark. Yep. And it translates to Bear Park in English.
So it's the players have to survive an evening in a forest full of rabid bears, is that it?
That is not it.
Oh.
They are creating fun and friendly bear parks.
It's not dark and gritty like every other game? Come on.
Oh, no, we're a family-friendly company. So...
It's a tile-laying game, I believe? It has an element of that?
Of tiling, yes.
Yeah,
tiling.
Tiling bathrooms? Is that
Exactly. Exactly.
In the restrooms for the Bear Park?
Exactly. It is a tile laying game, and there are restrooms in their Bear Park.
I hope.
They're actually an intricate part of it because they are a single tile, which are important for completing your boards.
And we know it's for the humans because we know what the bears do in the woods.
Exactly. So it is a tile laying game. It is kind of a race to the finish. Everybody's trying to complete 4 boards within their Bear Park. And you've got different sized tiles, similar to patchwork tiles in the Tetris piece of tile laying.
Okay.
And you kind of want to complete yours in the quickest fashion because there are multiple copies of a given shape, but if you are the first to build, you're going to get the most points. Second to build, you're going to get a couple less points, and less and less. So
last of the party?
Exactly. You're not going to have very many points.
Nobody's coming to your Bear Park.
Yep. So we're super excited about this one. It's selling incredibly well, and people are
There's buzz in the aisles. They're really. Yeah. I'm not blowing smoke. That's not my style.
It is a buzz in the aisles. It is buzz on social media. We have seen people posting it all over the place.
You have all these people dressed as bears roaming the halls, which I thought was a little odd, but that's cool. That's
you gotta
little flash media.
Interesting, yeah.
You've also got. I'll be very honest. I'm not familiar with a lot of the new releases you've got. Caverna, is that the pronunciation of Caverna?
Yep.
The cave farmers is doing really well for you guys, isn't it?
Yep. The base game.
I know it's not brand new, but it's doing exciting.
No, Caverna, the cave farmers, the base game sells incredibly well for us. It's a big, heavy game. Plays 1 to 7. What's really great is that for this show we have a pre-release demo copies of Caverna Cave versus Cave, which is a standalone 2-player game off of the same game mechanics as the base game. From
what I've heard about the game itself, it's sort of like, if you like Agricola, you'll love Caverna. And more in a way that's legitimate, as opposed to, if you like Star Wars, you'll love our crappy ripoff movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
I hear a lot of people.
No, there are a lot of people that
Agricola is a little too heavy for them. Are really digging this title.
The Caverna takes out the cards, the card element that are in Agricola. So for a lot of people, they find it an easier and more streamlined way to play.
Sure.
And they're very similar play mechanics.
Okay. And we were talking heavy. Why don't we go real heavy?
Okay.
Hey, he's not heavy. He's my brother.
Okay. Let's go there.
Let's talk about the Colonists.
That's a heavy one. Yeah.
A lot of our fans are war gamers out there, and I understand the potential playtime for this game is pretty epic. And when I joke around about old school war gamers, are like, yeah, we'd spend 3 weeks playing this game. I'm not saying you'll spend 3 weeks, but the Colonists has some serious depth.
Yep.
Let's chat.
Yep. Colonists, on average, people are reporting back that, games are 4 to 6 hours. And you've got people who are, I don't have anybody that wants to spend that much time playing with me, or others that are, super excited about
Well, if they had a personality, maybe they would.
maybe. But, it's
Solitaire games are for them.
what's great about this is there is a solitaire version
I heard
and a solo variant,
that was
so
something
you can play by yourself.
else I was going to mention too,
Yep.
because I believe there's different variants to kind of custom tailor the game to
Yep.
how you want it to play. Maybe you don't want a 6-hour game; you can play a shorter game.
Yep, you can. It's totally customizable. So you can play, there's 4 eras in the game, so you can play one of those eras, or you can play 2 of them. You can combine them in whatever way you want. The other great piece about it is that there's information in the rule books that tell you you can stop your game, put it in the box, and still put it back out and pick up where you started.
Okay.
So
You don't have to leave it up on the table and pray that pets and children do not mess with it.
Exactly. So that's a nice piece that a lot of the longer games don't give you that option. So it's very customizable in a lot of different ways.
If I may ask, Julie, where are these colonists colonizing? Is it Europe? Is it America?
It's Europe.
Of course. I don't know, but I seriously don't know.
Yeah, Tim Poles, who's the designer, is a brand new designer, and he's actually been part of the Lookout Games demo team and their crew for a very long time. So he was part of the major demo crew when it was released at Essen, and he's just really eating it up. It's super exciting for him to have his first game that's an epic game, and he's having a pretty epic experience taking it all in.
And I believe the gamers are having a pretty epic experience themselves as well.
Yep.
Was there any other releases here at Origins outside of Bärenpark?
Bärenpark, we have Cave versus Cave. We did have 48 copies yesterday.
Okay. 48?
48.
Wow, you're teasing people. You shouldn't
Well,
even mention that.
we had to airship them.
I know.
The rest of them are on a boat.
Hey, at least they came in.
Exactly. We have the re-release of Le Havre, so people are excited to see the new printing on that one with all of the expansions and promos that have been previously released. And we've got a couple pre-release prototype stuff that we're testing and giving people a chance to try out before we release them. So we've got a couple Gen Con releases, and so we're looking at those.
Let's talk about those, because unfortunately for our viewers out there, they're seeing this video. 99.9% of these people were not able to come to Origins to pick up a Bärenpark.
Yep.
So many of them are going to be going to Gen Con. What can they look forward to there?
More bears. There will be many more bears. We're going to be releasing 2 new card games at Gen Con, Food Chain and Run Bunny Run. Food Chain is one of them that we have available this weekend for people to try out before Gen Con, from game designer Kevin Nunn, and it's a really light card game where it's got a food chain mechanic to it.
Okay.
Where you've
It's a
got
real light game of each of the players are actually eating each other and going through. Well, that's a food chain.
Nobody really eats anybody.
I'm
Maybe.
kidding.
Yeah, but you've got dogs and cats, birds and worms and fleas, and they're going to collect whatever they scare off. So your dogs are going to collect your cats will collect birds, your birds will collect worms, and the goal is to be the person that collects the most points at the end of the game. So it's a nice
circle of life there.
Yeah.
And you have another card game.
We do. It's Run Bunny Run.
Run Bunny?
Run Bunny Run. Yep. You have one bunny. And
Wasn't that woman who went on the Lamb years ago? Was in the news. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Wasn't her name Bunny? And they all said Run Bunny Run?
I don't remember.
A movie? I guarantee that's not what this game is about.
It is not.
I make weird references that 10% of our audience actually catches. The 10% who catches it. Wow, I got that.
In this game,
Run Bunny Run.
Bunny Run. You are you've got a bunny who is trying to escape the wolves. So, say in a 4-player game, you would have 1 bunny and 3 wolves. and the wolves are trying to catch the bunny. What's really unique about this game is the way the path travel works in your card placements, because you've each got a set of cards that you only have so many different directions that you can move, and you're doing a secret movement, so you don't know where everybody's going until everybody flips their cards simultaneously.
Right. Okay.
So it's
How many players is this going to be for?
this one. That's a trick question.
Does everyone play a bunny,
I think,
or do people like control the wolves?
one bunny and wolves.
Okay.
So
one player's the bunny.
Yep. Don't quote me on this, anyone.
No, I'm just.
But I do believe it's 3 to 5.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So, what you do is, let's say it's 5 players, and then you have the person that like the other 4 really don't like that much. You're gonna make them play the bunny.
Yep.
And everybody else is gonna be.
And then we're gonna gang up
and they're all
on
gonna
them.
be like high-fiving at the end of the game.
Exactly.
Nice. Sweet.
Exactly.
Cool. Julie, one last question I've got.
Sure.
What is a game from Mayfair Games that you feel deserves a lot more love than it receives currently?
Ooh.
Like a favorite of yours, you're like, wow, I can't believe we don't sell more copies of this game.
Favorite of mine, personally, would be Urbania.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Urbania is it's a tile game. You're revitalizing a city.
Okay. So Detroit.
And yeah, kind of. And in doing so, you've got specialists you're working for. You're building. There's 6 different types of buildings in the game, and you're collecting then goal cards throughout the game as well. You can only have 3 goals that you're going to score at the end of the game. So,
and each player has unique goals?
Yes, they're all unique, which changes kind of where the flow of the development on the board happens. Because my goal may be to have all of the pink buildings, so I'm going to try and get all of those as quickly as I can. Someone else's may be to develop this portion of the board versus specific types of buildings. So, what I really love about the game is that it's great for 2 to 5 players. It plays well at 2.
And it plays well at 5, so it scales nicely.
It scales incredibly
That's important.
well. Yep. And the game is different every time because it's a random tile placement on the board. So that's one that I oftentimes recommend for people. And we're always got people looking for 2-player games.
Right.
So we've got a really nice selection of 2-player options in our game catalog in general.
Yeah, it does sound like a very interesting game.
Yep.
Any final thoughts you'd like to share with our audience, Julie?
We'd just like to thank our customers and our fans out there that continue to support what we're doing. We're really excited about what we've got yet coming for 2017, and 2018 is looking to be just as great. So we're super
fantastic.
excited. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's super busy here at the Mayfair Games area, and have a great show.
Thank you.